Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a really interesting look at the brand identity for a company called MathLab Advanced Intelligence Systems.
Yeah, this is a research and development center, right?
Yeah,
Working on some pretty complex stuff, AI, quantum computing, that kind of thing.
exactly. And we're looking at how the designer, Kadir Kubaşık, tackled this. He's got this background in art, design, even philosophy.
Right? Known for simplicity, mathematical order,
Mm-hmm.
which seems, well, pretty fitting for a place called MathLab.
So our mission really is to unpack how he translated all that high-level science into a visual brand.
Let's jump right in. The logo is probably the best place to start.
Okay, yeah. What hits you first?
It's definitely dynamic. You've got these sharp geometric forms sort of radiating out from the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in this really intense blue color, Pantone Reflex Blue Sea.
Ah, that blue is striking. So those shapes radiating out, what's the idea there?
Well, they're meant to represent the core concepts MathLab works on. Think AI discovery, quantum computing's possibilities, maybe even fractal patterns. It's representing that expansion of scientific research.
Okay, so it hints at the complexity without being too literal.
Exactly. And what's really neat is the structure behind it. It's apparently built using specific angles, 45 degrees and 36 degrees.
Oh, interesting. So the math is literally embedded in the design.
Right. It reinforces what they are all about. That
Yeah.
symmetry gives it a feeling of balance, but the outward movement feels, progressive, trustworthy, but also forward-thinking.
Makes sense. How does that logo work with the actual company name, the text?
They've positioned them together carefully. MathLab is in this bold, modern font. Looks techy, strong.
Yeah, it gets your attention.
Then Advanced Intelligence Systems is underneath, but in a lighter, simpler font. It creates a nice visual hierarchy. You read MathLab first.
So clear focus, but you still get the full picture. And the colors play a big role, too. You mentioned the blue.
Definitely. That Reflex Blue Sea is the star. It screams innovation, technology. You often see blues like that in tech branding.
Right. It feels very intelligent, visionary.
And then they use black and gray as supporting colors.
Mm-hmm.
Those add a layer of seriousness, corporate weight, stability, things you want from a serious research place.
So blue for the vision, black for authority, gray for balance and analysis. It feels very thought out. Does this carry over into like their actual stuff? Business cards, letterheads?
Oh, absolutely. Consistency is key here. You see that logo and color scheme everywhere, cards, envelopes, the lot. Creates a really professional, unified feel.
And I notice the designs often have a lot of white space.
Yeah, that points towards minimalism, clarity. Very tech-oriented. Even small things like a blue strip on an envelope reinforce that dynamic, innovative feel.
What about, say, folders or notebooks?
Same idea. Maybe the logo is clean on a white folder cover, suggesting scientific clarity. Then inside, maybe white text on a blue background for more dynamism. Notebooks, pens, everyday items reinforce the brand.
Even flags and T-shirts.
Yep. Flags use the blue and white prominently. T-shirts and caps might have the logo in blue or black on white, high visibility, but still looks professional, sophisticated.
So that consistency runs deep, physical and digital.
Exactly. You see it in the social media too.
Hmm.
Big, bold headlines, often using a typeface like TT Norms, pro-modern, reliable.
And they use the blue to highlight keywords. Yep.
That ties it right back to the core identity. The images often show people interacting with tech, which reinforces what MathLab does.
Gotcha. And things like posters or ads, similar vibe.
Very much so. Lots of that reflex blue, graphic simplicity. They want you to instantly think high-tech, science. Sometimes just the symbol and a slogan, really minimal for impact.
I saw one with a person kind of in the middle.
Right, that's interesting. Using a human figure can bridge that gap between, us and artificial intelligence.
Right.
Makes it feel a bit more relatable maybe, but the typography stays large, clear, very readable.
Okay, so pulling it all together, what's the main takeaway from Kubaşyk's design here?
I think it's how successfully he blended the aesthetics with the function. He took really complex ideas, advanced math, AI, and created this cohesive visual language. Using that strong blue, the geometric shapes, the clean typography, it feels both rigorous and cutting edge.
It really makes you think, doesn't it, how powerful visual design can be as language, especially for communicating really complex stuff like advanced science.
Definitely. You start wondering what other fields rely heavily on their visual identity to convey really sophisticated ideas, more common than you might think.